Oh my, I didn't see you there. You gave me a startle. Hi, I'm Michael Meyer. I own this business and everything and everyone inside this building. You may be wondering, how did such a young man become so successful so early in his life? Well, the answer's simple. I'm a great interviewee. You see, many people will try to tell you that to be successful you need a degree, poise, intelligence, charm, a high school diploma or equivalency, a basic understanding of how business works, or even the slightest bit of common sense. But I'm here to tell you that is not true. Natalie, could you bring me in the Anderson files immediately? Thank you. Sorry, I just had to handle some important business concerning the Anderson files. You see, to be successful, all you really need are fantastic interviewing principles and an in-depth understanding of how to execute them to the T. So, how are your interviewing principles? Uh-oh, that's what I thought. Let's see if we can't give you some pointers.
Lesson 1. First impressions count.
Hello there again. I want you all to imagine something with me. Close your eyes. Ladies, let's say you're getting ready for a first date. Guys, you're on your way to pick up the lucky gal. Could you imagine if the guy showed up to your house in his 1992 Toyota Corolla, pulled out his vintage jean jacket with the phrase porn star written on the back in sequins, threw it over his shoulder, walked straight into your house, landed a big kiss on you, and said simply, "Let's ride"? Well, it's with that rogue maverick style and attitude that I live every day of my life. The point of that imagery is to show you that first impressions count, and you have to make the most of them, just like that young man did on his first date. Natalie, could you send in Jason, please? Thank you. Let's see how Jason does with his first impression.
Good morning, sir. It's very nice to meet you. Should I sit down?
Okay, let's go over what Jason's done wrong. I was challenging him by staring at him, and he backed down quickly. Remember, when meeting with a new employer, it's always best to stare with wide eyes for several seconds before ever saying a word. This shows the employer that you mean business, and are not intimidated by his status, even though you probably are, and should be. Let's see if Jason can recover. I'm sorry, Jason, but those chairs and sitting in general is reserved for employees and employees only.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, strike two. Jason should have taken the initiative to sit down and show me that he considers himself an employee or some type of equal. A move I would have scolded him for, but respected. Let's see if Jason can dig himself out of this hole, because so far, so bad. Why do you want this job, Jason?
Well, sir, I feel I'd be a good fit for the...
Name 3 of my favorite football teams, Jason, quickly.
What? 3 of your favorite football team?
Swing and a miss, Jason. 3 strikes and you're out. Now, some of you may feel that was a little harsh, but let me explain. In the business world, decisions need to be made on the fly. Do they always need to be the correct decision? Many times they do not. But they do need to be made quickly. You see, I didn't care if Jason named 3 of my favorite football teams, but he didn't even name 1. And that's why I have no use for him. Oh, back again, I see. You must be really interested in learning some of these interviewing practices and principles. Now, earlier, we learned a valuable lesson about making quick decisions at the expense of poor Jason. This is an issue we'll go into more depth with, as it's one of the key topics in the business world.
Lesson 2. Sink or swim.
If any of you felt sorry for Jason in that earlier segment, I hate to break it to you, but that's the world of business. If you can't think quickly in here, well, you'll have plenty of time to think while you stand in line at the unemployment office. To stress the importance of quick decision making, I'd like to invite you to tag along with me on my weekly rounds in what I like to call sink or swim. Basically, I'll go to each office and ask the employees to make a quick decision, and based on how quickly they respond, they will be rewarded or forced to walk the plank. Come along with me, it's good fun. Heather, kids are hungry. What's for dinner tonight? Chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Great job, sweetheart. Joe, the house is on fire. Which kid are you gonna save?
What?
Oh, wrong answer.
Sir, is my house
He's
really
new.
on fire?
Oh, Joe, you kill me. No cell phones, Joe.
What about my kids?
So I hope you understand the importance of quick decision making. Natalie, could you prepare a form of termination for Joe Lewis, please? Thank you. But when asked a difficult question, responding quickly is only the first part. You still have to knock their socks off with a fantastic response. Like when Heather said chicken instead of beef. She showed me she has what it takes to be a fine employee. So let's see what we can do to improve some of your responses.
Lesson 3. Fire under pressure.
I've decided to give Jason a second chance. He failed to make a worthwhile first impression. Let's see if he's on his game yet. Natalie, could you send in Jason? Again? Oh, hey, Jason. Something wrong with your eyes? Have a seat, Jason. I'm giving you a second chance here, Jason, to make a quick decision. Something most people never get. Now have a seat.
Sir, I'd like to thank you.
Is there anything I can get for you, Jason?
Oh, no thanks. I'm good.
Oh, are you sure I can't get anything for you? You want to drive my car? Maybe sleep with my wife? It's clear you want my job, Jason. Why not take my entire life while you're at it?
Sir, I just want to work here. I don't want your life.
Oh, now my life isn't good enough for you, is it, Jason? Just a second ago you couldn't get your hands on my stuff fast enough. Now you want nothing to do with it. Well, which is it, Jason? Quick decision.
I don't want your job.
Now you don't want my job. Look at Mr. College Graduate, who's too good for my job. You know what, Jason? The University of Phoenix may not be as good as whatever real college you went to, but it got me where I am today. Look at the picture on my desk. Look at it! That's my wife, Jason. And you'd be lucky to have her, but you can't have her because you can't have what I have. You haven't earned it yet.
This isn't...
That is my wife, Jason. I don't care if you think I can't get a girl like that. That's my wife and you're jealous, aren't you? Get out of here! See what can happen when you don't know how to respond to those difficult situations? You see, Jason, son of a bitch, I did change this picture. Well, the fact remains that Jason responded negatively to tough questioning, and if he's going to buckle like that in an interview, just think what he's going to do in a board meeting. Because we do have those sometimes.
Lesson 4. Lessons learned.
Well, I hope you've all learned a valuable lesson on how to make a great first impression, as well as how to make yourself a valuable asset to your company. Now, before you go, I'd like to forward you the advice my father gave to me when I was a little boy. He sat me down and he said, "Son, you were a mistake, and you'll never amount to anything." And then he died. Last January, on a cruise with his 18-year-old girlfriend. But I never forgot those words of motivation, as I'm sure the many children I've fathered and left haven't either. Now, to all those future competitors out there, I'd just like to say, I've advised you, and that means I own you.